Tiny. It's Kamiko.
It's Nikki.
And it's Marcia, and welcome to the LoveChat podcast. Well, ladies, we are back again to discuss our love of all things like
love of Netflix,
love of the Divine Nine,
love of executive orders,
and the love of a heated blanket. But before we get I love a heated blanket. Before we get into all of those things that we do love, it is time for my favorite part of the podcast. And ladies, you know what that is. Cocktail
of the week.
So we've already posted our cocktail week to our social media platforms, and hopefully you're enjoying a cocktail or two along with us. And drinking responsibly, of course. So, Kamiko, what is our cocktail of the week?
So, today I did an elderflower rosé wine spritzer.
I always have them fancy drinks.
It's really nice. It's pretty easy. It's just Saint Germain, sparkling rosé, vodka, and a little squeeze of lemon. And it's really good. It's refreshing. It's easy to make. Nothing too complicated, but it's really good though.
Do you chip your own ice, pick your own ice? You got big ones, square cube.
I got a big. Can you see the square cube?
Yeah, I see that. That's like what the professionals have. I'm like, how you get that?
No, we have those too. Jamal has them. We have the round ones, the sphere.
Yeah, we have the round ones. We have the square ones. Mm-hmm. We actually, somebody gave us some Game of Thrones ones.
Them real liquor drinkers we have it. Jamal be drinking that whiskey.
What Todd has been using lately is those squares that you put in the freezer. They call like whiskey squares or bourbon squares or something.
So that
like
the
that,
water doesn't water it down. The ice.
Right.
Oh, nice.
Right. The last time we were making some drinks over the holidays, you freeze the liquor.
Oh.
And then make ice cubes with them so it won't wear it down.
Oh, that's cool.
Trying all kinds
of people
stuff.
doing that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's good when you're doing what's the sangrias and stuff like that.
Right. Yes, you can freeze the wine or whatever because liquor doesn't really freeze great.
I was about to say alcohol. Liquor don't freeze because alcohol.
But you have to kind of maybe mix it with something else.
But the kind of alcohol I drink freezes because it'd be like 1%.
Right. Look, I'm the person that still buys wine coolers, and y'all know those that you buy in the pouch that you could just put in the freezer, like the Jamaica Me Happy.
That's my favorite. Jamaica Me Happy.
I still buy those.
Sugar.
You're right. You're right. But I don't drink the whole pouch. I will drink a little bit of the pouch and then add some vodka to it.
Lord. Well, unfortunately, we cannot enjoy the drink with you, and I don't have any of those ingredients at my house. I need to get up on your elderflower and Saint Germain's and all that stuff. I don't have any of that stuff. But sounds.
But you have everything else, literally.
Yeah, you have a full bar. Well, when I start entertaining
I can't wait for you guys to come back after COVID.
Get you a bar cart, Nikki.
I'm gonna do some. I'm gonna
for a bar cart. I'm
gonna try to do some. I set up a bar. Yeah. Have to look at y'all stuff so I can tell you.
But that little Bartesian is the bomb, though. So you can make all kinds.
You know they went on sale. If you can find one at Bed Bath & Beyond, you got to stock it. They're down to like $170 now.
Yeah.
All right,
I think last time you was $250.
You can get on it. You a shopper, Jelani. Put it in the group when you find it. Thanks. Love you.
All right, ladies. I love Kamiko's drink and wish I could taste it, but
it's good.
Kamiko, it's on you.
It is. So, ladies, we've come to that point of the podcast where we talk about what we are crushing on or what we are loving on for the week. So, Jelani, we know what you crushing on, girl. Go for it. What you crushing on?
I knew what she was crushing on before she even wrote it. I started typing it for her.
Right.
So I am absolutely crushing on my Peloton.
Team Peloton.
Right. I'm absolutely crushing on my Peloton. Very excited. So I ordered my Peloton in November. It arrived literally on New Year's Day. And I hopped on for my first ride. It was my first solo ride because I've ridden the Peloton before. And I have been committed to getting exercise every day ever since in closing my rings. So, because I'm also Team Apple and Team Apple Watch. So, a couple of things. One, I am in a group that there's a team of us four, and we're competing against other teams of people who close their rings every day. And so we are on each other to make sure that we close all of our rings every day. What's up, Marcia?
Okay, well, I'm just saying, because my rings are closed tonight. If you could see that, they're closed. But you make your own. Like, I say how many calories I want to burn and close that ring. Jamal's calories are a lot higher than mine. And then I say how much exercise I want to get. So do you guys have a set time on what you want to do?
You hit your own personal goals.
Well, that's not fair. If I set a 20-minute or 10-minute workout and I'm like, I close
right.
But see, you
stop worrying about what other people doing and focus on your own goals.
But I'm saying if it's a competition,
for the purposes of
this motivation,
Marcia, you earn points based off of what you do as your base and then what exceeds that. So like if I work out, right now I'm still kind of in my first month, so I still am like on this workout 30 minutes a day. I usually work out a little bit more than that. I think today I've worked out for like 55 minutes, right? So I will get extra points for exceeding.
Look at that! I'm at 55 minutes. I'm right with you. But go ahead.
So, I'm excited about my Peloton and the classes.
Wait till I get mine. I'm gonna be super competitive. I'm Aries. I'm competitive.
I don't care. Jelani has been the motivation. I've had a Peloton since 2017 now, and I barely get on it. But I have been on it. Shout out to Jelani. Shout out to my baby Belle.
That's how you can tell people with money. You can tell people with money, because when I get mine, I was gonna have to ride it because them things cost too much.
You say that, Nikki. You say that, but it'll be like one of those. Jelani will die out a little bit after a few months.
No,
it's like anything that is new. You get a new car, you get new shoes, you get a new bag. It will, it'll level out. That doesn't mean you're going to stop using it. But I don't know that you're going to be on it every day in a year.
Well, here's the thing. It's a difference of, am I going to ride the bike every day or am I going to work out every day?
Yeah.
So for me, I'm going to try to work out every day.
Okay.
And so maybe my goal on Saturday or Sunday might be a little less than my goal.
Mine's 3 times a week. I ain't doing it every day.
But
I'm
about 3-4 times a week.
So shout out to my Peloton. I have not given her a name yet, but she and I have definitely bonded. The music on the Peloton. Yeah, it's a she. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, the music on the Peloton, the rides give me life. Shout out to Erica, who's in my Rings Challenge group, for keeping me motivated. I do enjoy it. I have to admit that I really do enjoy it.
That is so awesome. So is your challenge group a Peloton group?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right.
Cool.
And it's funny because there's one girl, this is the first time we've done the rings challenge, and there's one girl who does not close her rings every day. And y'all know me, I'm like, ma'am. But she doesn't always close her rings. So
shaming. Shame people.
So funny.
No, because we signed up.
But look, accountability. And honestly, I sent Jelani a text the other day, like, I appreciate you because you have been like, okay, Miko, and I haven't been on the bike all the time, but I have been doing the workouts on Peloton, which I don't know that I realized they had all that they have on.
Do they have kickboxing on there?
But really kind of, no, but there is, like, I'm doing boot camp now. There's runs, there's strength training, there's all kinds of different things. The yoga is amazing.
I'm gonna do that.
The stretching is amazing. The meditation is amazing. I've really enjoyed all the classes I've taken on there.
Let me pull out my yoga mat.
Was on there.
It's just been rolled up in the corner. I'm gonna pull out my yoga mat and download this app.
So I don't have a Peloton.
Trying to push us on.
I have a Nordic track, so I'm the android in this bike group.
That's exactly
what you brought up something the other day, though. So you were saying, so they don't have good music on any of their rides? Like, you don't have, like, let me tell you, my playlist yesterday was Nuck If You Buck,
See, I have yet to hear any hip hop.
You're gonna have to, like, Todd knows the people who like are good, and you like Peloton does allow you. You're gonna have to look and see if there's a filter. There's like an R&B filter. There's a hip hop filter. There are other filters, Latin filter. Okay.
I don't think they have that. Okay. I did do a lot, and see, I go back and forth because we have the treadmill and the Peloton.
Right?
Treadmill and the bike, and so I did a live treadmill class today. So it's running and inclines and all that kind of stuff. But she was playing like new age pop type music, but I have yet to hear R&B.
Well, it doesn't matter. We can all still just get on a ride together. We can find something on YouTube and we could hit a scenic ride. Marcia could hit a scenic ride and we can just chat while we ride.
I don't know how that'll work.
Yeah, no, okay. I still don't like riding, but whatever.
Yeah, that's what she's saying. She don't like to ride.
I don't.
Nikki will get on the bike with me. I know she will.
See, the seat didn't agree with Jamal at first either, but we had to get some pads and stuff. And now
I have pads on the bike. I have padded shorts. I have all the pads that there are to pad. And I
just got that little booty.
Miss Ma'am is like, no thanks. It's not the booty. It's the other part.
See, that's like riding a horse. Jamal. He said he was like numb. And
I was numb. I had to talk to my doctor about it. It's a real thing. And she was like, okay, you might need to, because that's not supposed to be happening. And it can cause some problems. So you don't.
Exactly. Because they said that about horseback riding for some people too. That it happens with horseback riding too.
Do you think you need to just change the seat out? Because you can change your seat.
We have tried to change the seat. We have tried many things. Like I said,
I wonder if you're sitting on the bike correctly.
Todd was trying to see if I was up too high, maybe.
Yeah,
so we've tried several different things, and it just, I don't.
Because have you ever been fitted and measured for the bike by one of the people at the store? Yeah, because like I could send you mine. I mean, you're a little shorter than me, so you shouldn't have anything greater than what I have. You should probably have something a little less than I have in terms of height. But yeah.
Well, they give you all the instructions, especially back in the day, about how to do everything. And so, you line it up and you do this and do that. And Todd, did everything. And look, I'm kind of a no fuss, no muss. So if it was going to take too much, I just get on my elliptical and go for it. I will get on the bike, but for me, it's like, I'm probably never going to do like longer than a 10-minute ride. But I like to do circuits anyway. I don't like to just do one thing for like an hour. I like to do multiple things. And so that's what works for me.
Yeah.
You got to do what works for you.
That's right. Like,
Exactly.
I don't suffer from FOMO too much. It's so kind of, it happens, it creeps in, but yeah, I've really enjoyed it. And I didn't realize until Jelani was telling me some of the things on there. Really, Beyonce was part of it too. Shout out to Jelani forcing us to get all this Ivy Park stuff.
Which there's another drop, and I have got to have those all white Ultra Boosts.
Oh my God. I don't care about shoes as much as I want that coat.
So
shout out to Ivy Park.
Those shoes are so comfortable, and I have to in the right size. Because mine is small, but I still wear them.
Mine are great. I love them. They are very comfortable. You're right about it.
Kamiko and I did do the brunch yoga together, so we'll figure it out.
I think it was like a stretch and a yoga or something.
And I will not be the person back out there getting y'all's Ivy Park stuff. So I don't know which one of y'all is gonna go out there and get it.
Not me.
You're so good at it.
All
right. So what are you crushing on, Kamiko?
I was gonna crush on One Night in Miami, but I kind of want to crush on Ivy Park. But I'm gonna stick to One Night in Miami. Because I really want some stuff from the next drop. But One Night in Miami, have we all seen it?
I haven't seen it yet.
I've seen it.
If I go crush on Ivy Park, she hasn't seen it.
You can just be generic about it.
Be generic about it, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna talk. I'm not talking about it.
Spoilers, yeah. She ain't gonna get no spoilers.
I'm not talking about it. No, I bet it. I mean, the gist of it is it's about one night based on a true story, but nobody knows what happened in the room. But Sam Cooke, who else? Muhammad Ali, and Jim Brown were all in Miami one night. The year before Sam Cooke and Malcolm X were murdered. And it was a really great movie. I don't know what I went in thinking it was going to be. I mean, Regina King and all the actors who were a part of it um, are amazing. So look, if Leslie Odom is in it, you know
he's
it's
so
good.
good. Yeah, he's so good.
I also just watched Harriet. I know I'm late.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Amazing.
I went to the movies and saw that when we could go to the movies. That was so good. Yeah, he was good in that
I didn't
too.
see it in the movies, but I did see it, and it was amazing.
It was really good.
Like that. They did a great job.
They deserved everything. So yeah,
yep.
One Night in Miami is good. There's been a lot of really good stuff out lately. And my one last thing is I want to watch Salt and Pepper. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm going to.
I watched it either, but I
watched it last night.
I'm going to. I just want to watch it for the music so I can go back into time and all the great music.
I loved Salt and Pepper so much. And I feel bad about Spinderella too, because for me, it was kind of one of those things where all the DJs were men. And I thought it was super cool that Spinderella was a female or whatever. And I thought that was really cool. So, you know, but it is what it is. Exactly. All right, Nikki, what you got? What you crushing on?
Well, I'm crushing on my house. You know, everything comes full circle. I think this time last year, I think I said at the beginning, the podcast, I wanted to buy a house. Jelani didn't take me seriously.
You did,
but
look,
so
Nikki
now,
been on a luxury buying spree.
but now fast forward a year later, I'm in the house.
So happy for you.
So yeah, I'm crushing. So thanks to my realtor, Jelani, and I just been decorating. So
yeah, she like bump that Peloton. I'm buying furniture, boo.
That's what I'm saying. I said I'll get the Peloton after I finish decorating, or at least getting the furniture, the main furniture.
Yeah. Oh, we're so happy for you. I can't wait to see it.
Awesome. I know.
I mean, in person, because we did have the video.
Right.
The video tour.
Yes.
Marcia, what are you crushing on?
So I am crushing on this new show that we all have fallen in love with. I think we fell in love with the person on the show. But Bridgerton. Oh, Bridgerton.
Top of the ton.
Yes. I love the show. I will say I didn't jump into it immediately. Y'all know me. I'll be the last one on board. And everybody was like, oh, you got to watch it. And I was like, eh. And then my girlfriend was like, no, you got to watch it. So Lyric was home for the holidays. We sat down and we started watching it. And we would watch an episode this night, an episode that night. Then the next thing we knew, it was like, oh my God, you're leaving tomorrow. And we hadn't finished it. So we had like 3 episodes left. We stay up to like 2 a.m. just to finish it together. So that was our little show together. But honey, some of them scenes with my boy Simon. Girl, the Duke.
Yeah, the Duke of Hastings. Whew.
That boy.
I still like the boxer.
The boxer fine though. The boxer is fine.
The boxer fine, but I'm sorry.
Black, white. It's a nice mix for me.
It was a nice mix. And I love the queen. I just love how they did her character, the costume,
I love it.
The wigs, everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. So, I mean, especially I think Nikki and I love period pieces. And so I just felt like, I almost felt like coming to tears because it's like, I love these types of movies or TV shows. But I have to fix my mind to understand I will never be in one unless maybe a servant or something.
Or something traumatic.
Right. And so it just really was amazing to see a reimagination of what could happen.
Right.
Had a king married a Black or a woman of color queen.
Exactly.
Because Lady Danbury was...
I love her. She was
so fierce.
Yes, I love her.
Shout out to Shonda Land because I love Shonda Rhimes, and so that is another reason I was like, oh, I've got to watch it because her name on it. I'm definitely watching it.
Exactly.
So can't wait for season 2. But
yes. I know it was really good. I even had my mom watch it, and she finished the whole thing, and she never even watches Netflix. She's not a Netflix person.
Oh,
Oh wow,
So
that's
she
good.
watched it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm
Yep.
gonna read the
I
book.
told my aunt to watch it. I was like, Mom, I don't know if you're gonna watch it because it's a
My
little
mama
crazy.
can't watch it because she ain't
Probably
gonna watch
not.
them sex scenes.
Honey,
Right.
it was
She gonna be
right.
throwing holy water on it. in the name of Jesus.
Mm-mm.
Girl, and it was
Yeah, it was
something.
good though.
But I can't wait for season 2, and I'm definitely gonna read
I
the books. I have
know.
3 other books I have to read first, but I'm gonna jump into the books after.
Did
Oh my
you read any of the
gosh.
books before?
No, the
No.
Bridgerton
Oh,
books.
okay.
Oh no! I would
Yeah.
say I have some other books, the book club book, and I want to get into Obama's book, and so I'm like, I feel like I got to do those first.
That's still a work in progress for me. I don't listen to about 15 more
I ain't
books.
even started.
I
It's
know.
good. The thing is, his book is good though. It's
Jamal's
just
reading
only
it,
good,
and
but
he
I
says
gotta
it's
get my
really
mind
good.
right.
But a lot of the stuff he's saying is like, oh, babe, he said this. I was like, that was a Michelle book.
yeah. That's the thing too. The
Right.
thing is, there is some
They'll
overlap. It's
cross.
just his
Uh-huh.
perspective. So
Yeah,
it's just like,
right. So that's
Mhm.
cute, but yeah. So that's my crush.
okay.
Nice.
Man.
Well, I feel like we
Yeah.
have some good crushes. Like I admit I have been watching a lot more TV. Of course, I say that every episode we've recorded in COVID, but Bridgerton was a good binge. I will definitely say that it was good. It was good.
Yeah.
However, we are going to do something a little different this episode. We do not have a love letter. So we're going to skip right into the meat of the conversation today,
Yeah.
which is totally centered around, drum roll please, right, the inauguration of President Joe Biden
Yeah.
and Vice President Kamala Harris. A round of applause,
Yes.
right.
Yes.
So
Boom. Fireworks.
I was waiting on Tamika to do, right. I was kind of sitting here like, so she's not gonna hit me with the air horn? Like, what's up with that? Anyway,
I meant to do it in the beginning because, like, Happy New Year, y'all, because
Yes.
this is the first
Happy
episode of the New Year for us.
Happy
Yeah.
We're a
New
little
Year.
late, but blame it on
Yes.
COVID.
Right. Our schedules. But we're here now. So hey, Happy New Year.
Well, I got an email today said Happy New Year, Nicole, because it was the first time I spoke to him.
Right. I'm still doing Happy New Year emails too, so it is what it is.
well, Happy New Year, happy new president and vice president, happy
Praise Jesus.
Hallelujah.
culture thoughts. Like, we are grateful.
You already lost your job.
Hey, you already lost your job.
Get this thing.
So I don't even know where we should start with the day. However, I would like to just start. Let me just go there. Look, because my hair is not banging today because, my Peloton ruined my blowout. But can we just start with Michelle Obama's hair and the fashion?
Oh my God.
I know we got to talk about all the other stuff, but if we could just get this out the way, because I was like, they look, not just Michelle, not just Barack, great. Jill Biden, I mean, like, everybody
It was
looked
really,
amazing.
Yes.
it was really like a
Can we give a
refresh.
shout out to everybody's
Day.
kids, like Kamala's, nieces
Yes.
and grandnieces and her stepchildren
Nephews,
and Joe Biden and Jill Biden's
Yes, the
kids. Like,
grand.
everybody slayed. I was like, look at you
Yes.
guys.
And I love his
That's a
daughter's
shout out.
tuxedo.
That was
Yes,
beautiful.
that was
but
so
I
cute.
loved Kamala's stepdaughter's the coat
Yeah, that she
that
made.
she
Yes.
designed.
Yeah,
It
that
was
she designed,
beautiful.
yeah.
She's in design school, and it had a little sparkle. It was beautiful. Oh, I loved all of it.
But Michelle,
Yeah.
my belle, she was, when she got out of the car, I just saw a glimpse and I was like, I was on the phone and I was like, is that Michelle?
Even Todd was
Crazy.
like, oh my God.
But when she came down
We
them
both
steps
looked.
and her hair was bouncing,
And you can see the full
moving,
view.
and I said, "Okay, boo." Oh, she definitely
Let me
did
tell you,
that.
everybody got the memo of a monochromatic look, and I love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, head to toe.
Like, did they have a little meeting and say, we're all going to go monochromatic for the day?
Well, Kamala and Michelle used the same designer, Sergio Hudson, so he,
Yeah.
Well, he
did.
did Kamala's night look, right? Not her day look.
Her day look too.
Her day look too.
I think she
okay.
had two designs. Yeah.
I thought he just did the
for
black
day.
one.
Oh, well, I listened to him. Listen to him. I thought he said he did both.
It was both.
Well, no, because they said that her coat was done by somebody and her dress was done by somebody else.
Well, one of those pieces had to be him, but I don't know. But
and listen,
I didn't know about the black until later on. I heard them talking about her and Michelle having the same designer earlier in the day.
And let me tell y'all something. I keyed in on this. I said, Jill Biden's feet look like they hurt. And she went and changed them
she
shoes.
Was tipping.
She was tipping. When she left the inauguration, she was tipping up them stairs. Because you know when
she sure was. She was they were standing on the steps.
Yeah.
And she was doing this.
Let's go.
And when it's cold and your feet are cold, you know, and you got them little thin stockings on.
Yes.
Girl, look, that's why Michelle looked warm in them pants, and she looked like she had on some boots instead of some little high heels.
Right.
No.
But when
did y'all see at some point it started snowing? I was like, oh no.
Oh yeah, it started snowing.
Mm-hmm. Look,
and y'all know it's cold out here. Spit it
shout out to the Jordan 1 Dior's that were worn at the
inauguration.
Okay.
Mina's Mina's
partner. They've been together 13 years. Mm-hmm. I was like, damn, he found her.
No, like it is. That's right. It was a beautiful day.
The fashion was beautiful.
All the fashion, so we can just go ahead and get that out of the way.
It was just like a breath of fresh air. It was like a new day, a breath of fresh air.
It felt like we could
reborn.
Yes.
Oh my
exactly.
Gosh.
Yes.
Especially after the last couple of weeks before that.
Yeah.
Shout
for
out
sure.
Yeah.
I should have made my impeachment drink.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That would have been good.
I will say that is the only political text I have received since the day that we had to finish the voting for Warnock and Ossoff. I received one political text that said, "Do you think that former President Trump should be impeached? Yes or no?" Yes.
Check.
Normally I'd be like, I'm not responding to this. Sometimes I would respond to those political texts, but on that day, YES.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's just move right into can we discuss the actual inauguration for a second?
Okay.
Because I was already a little teary-eyed when Joe Biden was doing his speech. Obviously, when Kamala was doing hers, I was almost here in full tears.
I don't even remember any other vice presidents even swearing in. Okay.
Correct. I don't think was this the first time they did it like that, or do they always swear him in?
No, they always swear him in.
Because I always thought they did it outside, like in the Capitol somewhere.
No, they do them first. They've always done it like that. Because I do remember, but
I don't remember. Well, I didn't watch that one at all, so I don't even know.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
But yes, I definitely teared up. I definitely choked up on that part. And I was ski wind to the top of my lungs. I ain't even gonna sound no lie.
I just jumped up. I was just jumping up and down in front of the TV.
Yeah.
I think I did cry. Here. I was
did
sitting
cry.
Here like with tears. I was like, oh my gosh.
I recorded it like on my phone, so you hear me like, oh my God, so so I was like, I gotta show it to my babies when they get home. But they were like, we watched it at school.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
That allowed them to watch it and stuff too.
Yes.
So that's good.
Yeah.
And it was so cute to see all
my t-shirt.
Oh yeah.
Get your t-shirt.
Her story.
Yes.
Get it right. Because we did save everybody.
Yeah.
Put some respect on us, please.
It was a crazy, wild, historic, memorable day because we had Joe Biden, we had Kamala Harris, Senator Warnock, and Senator Ossoff. All of those things were happening that day. And Nikki and I were blessed with the opportunity to actually go to the rally, the drive-in rally here in Atlanta, which was held, I think it was Monday, like a couple of Mondays ago. The day before
the election.
Yeah. And that was crazy. One, it was I felt like a small group of people, but to just see, we saw so many people. We saw Stacey Abrams, we saw Mayor Bottoms speak, but to see Warnock speak and Ossoff speak and President Biden speak, it felt like, sometimes you like feel things in your spirit, and in my mind and in my spirit, it was like, well, this is already done. You know what I mean?
Right.
And watching the three of them at the end when they had all spoke, it felt like, oh my gosh, I'm watching the dream team. You know what I mean? So that I felt like was a really, I felt like a blessing for the chance to get to go to that and see that in person, and kind of one of those things where you're like, yeah, I was there for this, to see that happen.
Yeah,
definitely.
That's awesome. Cool.
So
it's been a lot.
Say that again.
I said it's been a lot. It's been so much like bad stuff, and so it's like, oh my gosh, like this weight feels like it's lifting.
Exactly.
I don't feel as weighed down as I did a few weeks ago.
Correct.
Yeah, because I think we need to touch on a few weeks ago, and I don't know how, because I was glued to the TV, like, because at first I was like, wait a minute.
We watch the news all day anyway.
All day, right? I'm like, we are like old people out here. Our TV stays
during this time.
But I always have.
It's election. But I get to become a news junkie when it's election stuff or something in the world has happened like that's going to affect history. So I'm always like glued. I'm watching my TV's on every.
It don't matter when it is. Well, I watch the news all the time.
Decompress from it.
Yeah, Jamal and I always watch the news. It's always, because we wake up with GMA every morning. That's just our routine every single morning. But in the
Today's show.
we were just talking about that, Jamal and I. We were like,
NBC person. I might as well be. I love the Today Show, and then I watched The View, and then I turned to MSNBC.
And see, we watch GMA, but we do go to MSNBC. So we go back and forth, ABC, MSNBC, and then we'll throw in CNN. And then every now and again, I'll come in. I never do it, but Jamal does. And he'll watch Fox News.
I just can't do it.
See what they're going to say.
I will on occasion.
Nikki, I don't want to hear it. I'd be like, I don't care.
Because I feel it just makes my blood boil. I just get angry. So I can't do that to myself. I want to, like to see what they're saying, but I can't do that to my mind.
You have to do it in small doses sometimes, but most of the times it just makes you so angry.
Because even when I read it, it makes me upset. So I was like, if I watch it, I'm gonna be
or get a clip on Twitter or Instagram. It's like, oh my god.
I was like,
so when I'm in the house and I have the TV on, it's usually I'm watching something that Nikki told me to watch on Netflix, or it's true, something that Nikki told me to watch on Netflix, or the TV's off, and then I've got like music or podcast or something like that on. This particular day, though, I had my news on CNN, and I was sitting at my desk, and I think I remember kind of like looking up, and I was like, "What in the ham sandwich is happening?" And then it's kind of one of those things like, is this really happening?
Right.
Surely they're about to get arrested. Surely somebody's about to get, we're about to see some smoke bombs, something happen. But then it just,
because we all saw what happened last summer.
Let's just be honest. Right.
Let's be clear.
Holding up the Bible.
But then you start sitting there and you're realizing that nothing is happening. And then that begins to sink in, right? So for me, at least. And then you start seeing the images that start popping up. I think our group chat was like, have you seen this? Have you seen that?
Yeah, we started seeing stuff.
And then I was just like in disbelief.
Yeah, I was working. I was downstairs in my workshop, and I'll have my iPad on the news, and I was watching it like just not really paying attention. And so I looked, and I was just like, wait, what the hell? And then Jamal comes running downstairs. Babe, do you see this? Do you see this? And I was like, what is going on? And then that's what I had to give full attention.
It felt like, look, let me date myself. When I was sitting in a safety class when I was working at West Georgia, and my pager started going off. I had a pager. And all of the people in the room, we were all in a crisis response team, and all of our pagers started going off. And I remember the guy pulling out the pager saying, it said a plane just crashed into the Twin Towers. That's got to be a mistake. Puts his pager back in and keeps talking. And then we got more and more. That's what it felt like. It felt like, surely something's going to happen, but then nothing happens and it just keeps escalating. You know what I mean?
Well,
that's what it felt like to me.
For me, it wasn't I wasn't surprised.
Me either.
At all.
You weren't surprised that it happened, or you surprised that nothing happened to them?
I wasn't surprised at how any of it went down.
Okay.
I wasn't surprised at all. They
I just thought
had
it
been
was going to be more
planning.
prepared. Because I saw MSNBC that morning and they talked to the mayor and she was like, we got the National Guard and we got the police. But it didn't.
No, but so here's the thing. Last week, shout out to Frangela. Last week, or I'm sorry, the week before the insurrection happened, they were reporting that the DC mayor had asked
Yes,
for
she
the
asked.
National Guard,
Yeah.
but they had denied it. So at that point, a week beforehand, and I, just because of where I work, we had gotten a briefing on security in terms of threat level because they had been planning this for months. And they said, we're going there. They said, we're also going to be at capitals around the nation, state capitals around the nation. They told, I mean, all the intel was there on the internet. You can look on Twitter.
Right.
Yeah, see some of the stuff that they were saying
that they had to decipher if it was just Twitter fingers, basically.
The FBI and New York police had given them the threat level, had told them these are things that we are picking up on.
Mm-hmm.
And when he directed those people to go to the Capitol, he knew that they were ill prepared. When they got through, most people who have been around DC understand that there's kind of a park in front of the Capitol building. Mm-hmm. You can't get past that park in general. No, so when we saw those people going past those 4 or 5 barriers that they have, you see all those people on the Capitol steps, it was like, oh my gosh. Like for me, it was like, I wasn't surprised, but it seemed surreal. Like this is really happening.
Yeah,
this is really happening.
I several times throughout the week I listened to the New York Times Daily podcast, and it was really interesting to listen to their take on the situation post January 6th with what was happening, and I was really shocked at just, I'm gonna say shocked, but then again not shocked, right? It just how open these folks were with their communications about what they were doing. So they were having outright conversations on Twitter like, hey, I'm from Atlanta and I'm getting to the Capitol and I'm flying. And somebody would say, well, don't fly. I can pick you up. And this is how many people my car can fit. How many guns are you bringing? Because this is how much stuff I have in my trunk. And so like they were having those very open conversations that, to Kamiko's point, people, law enforcement, respective agencies should have picked up on and been prepared for. But also to Kamiko's point, when she tried to request the National Guard, she was denied. So it's
but that's like, because he's the one that has to.
He denied it that day too.
Exactly.
DC is the only place
he told those people
happened.
To go to the Capitol. Yeah. I'm coming with you. And went down to a bunker because for him, look, they had people with earpieces, with bombs. They had people telling them once they got in there, go here. The people are down. They're 3 levels down. They're here. They're there.
And see, blah, blah, but that's what he's trying to also use as a defense to say this is something that they were planning beforehand. It wasn't what I said that sent them there.
Here's the thing: if you read your briefings every day, like you're supposed to, you would have known what was happening. And, you sent those people there knowing that you had denied the National Guard, knowing that when they were going to call for help, that you weren't going to send help, knowing that when Maryland and Virginia's governors were trying to send their National Guard and get help, that you were not just picking up the phone and had directed your DOD, your Homeland Security, etc., not to pick up the phone either for over 2 hours.
And I think I think, as we're sitting here and we're talking about it, and people can try to deny all day long that, oh my God, if this were anybody else, nothing would happen. We saw what happened last summer to people who were doing far less.
Peaceful protest.
It was a peaceful protest. They weren't doing anything but
truly peaceful protest.
Yeah.
Right. And so it is just very concerning to me that we didn't have more people arrested. we didn't have people who were killed. We didn't have people who were
there were people killed.
There was somebody killed.
Well, it's 5 people that died.
But I felt, and I'm not saying it's got to be, well, we lost, not we, but there were 20 lives lost last summer. There should have been 20 lives lost this summer. It's just really shocking to me that there wasn't more that happened to these folks. And I will
Joy
be very
and Reed read them for filth.
Yeah. I want to see what happens in
terms
of them being held accountable in the law, in the eyes of the law.
Right.
Well, they felt very emboldened. Like that's why they were saying all this stuff, because they felt like the government had their back. They felt like they had senators, representatives, and the president.
They did.
That's why they were putting all the communications out there. They had no shame because they felt like we have the government on our side. They're not
we have law enforcement on our side. Look at how many law enforcement individuals they did arrest and are continuing to arrest.
And you saw that even at the inauguration, they had to get rid of some of them because some of the Capitol Police and
the
National Guard because they were in these fringe groups and
also Secret Service. Look, we know the history of law enforcement in this country. What it was created for generally was to control slaves, right?
Right.
There will need to be, and it is happening, renewed background checks. I can't remember where it was, but there was like this Black guy who was the first person elected to this office in some state. I can't remember where. And while he was on the campaign trail, of course, he was getting all kinds of death threats. And so he had to hire private security. And before he won, and before they handed him over, his security chief was like, I'm insisting on doing background checks on every single law enforcement person in the state, because whether it's state patrol, and so they had to redo all of the background checks to check to see if any of them were affiliated with, adjacent to, or already in white supremacist groups. They almost had to get rid of, like, I want to say it was like 15 to 20% of those people just by going back in to do, because that wasn't something they were necessarily looking for when those people were hired. But now that you have a Black man in charge and that you're supposed to be guarding him, we have to make sure that you're safe.
That's true. So, that's very true, because most of law enforcement is white, and the thing is I feel like Black people, we know better than anybody what America really is. I think with white people make America so precious, but Black people, we're not making America so precious. Like, oh, this could never happen. Oh, I can't believe this happened. We know firsthand because we don't have to go that far back. We got Tulsa, we got the church, Emmanuel Church. White people just come and blowing up our stuff, killing us. They just, of course they're gonna go to the Capitol. Of course, like,
and look, blow up the church and then get a hamburger.
Yeah, just shoot up all the people, Black people who were trying to be nice and hospitable and do Bible study with this young man, and he just shoot them all.
But let's be clear, where are all the Blue Lives Matter people? Did y'all see them beating the police with a flag, with the?
Oh yeah, they didn't care.
Where are the flag people, the kneeling flag people? You need to respect our flag. Where are those people at?
Because
so that makes you further know it's not about police. It's not about Blue Lives. It's not about a flag that you respect so much. You just didn't want to respect us.
It's not even about America that much. Oh, we love America, nationalism and pride and all that stuff.
Well, I hate it because I feel like on both sides that he helped to radicalize a lot of people. Like there are a lot of people who are middle of the road, and it's like I know so many Black people, older Black people, younger Black people with their super fists in there that weren't like this years ago.
Right.
And I don't like that we're all in our own corners now. But I can't both sides somebody who thinks that I don't belong here. I can't have a rational conversation with somebody who doesn't think I'm a human being.
Or that your vote doesn't matter.
There's no both sides to that.
They don't want us to vote because we're Black.
How dare you think your vote should matter, right?
That's why I was
Let's throw them all out.
Excited and impressed to hear so much of Biden's speech talk about unity and us coming together and things like that. Obviously, we all know that this is not something that's going to be fixed in 1 year, 4 years, 8 years, 10 years. But I think it set a very important message and tone that the only way we can get through these things are together. And I think that it's going to be very apparent. I think we're going to see more people, like Kamiko was saying, you got these people who are kind of like on opposite ends of the spectrum. And it's like, either you're going to have to get on board or get off. Like, it's just not going to work this way.
I don't know. I think it's going to, I think it's still bad.
It's bad.
And now they're talking
about unity without accountability.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not going to act
like, it wasn't that big of a deal. What they did, they literally tried to overthrow the government.
These people are CEOs. They are military. They are police.
Yeah, it ain't just a bunch of hillbillies.
It's like
right. But even you know, right now with they're talking about doing this whole new party, you know, and the Trump Republican.
The Trump Republican Party, yeah. So, but it's gonna be too small because it's
right. I don't know.
Well, if you're traditional
Republicans are in the minority.
Yeah.
Right.
70+ million people voted for that man. Not just because he was a
yes, but Republicans are tribal too. They didn't, you know, and they're white. So he got 12% black men too, but there's that. But he radicalized a lot of people. But if he's no longer the leader, it might dwindle down a little bit. Because some people he's
not the leader. That's why he needs to be impeached.
Exactly.
And if he can run again, y'all see his daughter about to come from Marco Rubio's seat.
So question is, do you guys think that he should, let me ask this two ways. Do you think that he should be impeached?
Yes.
He has been impeached. He needs to be removed.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Do
convicted.
You think that
conviction in the Senate. Yeah.
Yes. I do think it's,
you know we was going to say yes.
That's without Katie Mounty, the way he had it. So after he, you know. Now, do I think it's going to happen is a different question.
That's a different story.
That's a toss-up.
Yeah.
But did y'all see them?
I lean towards no, but I mean, you know, one out and Ossoff won, Georgia turned blue. I did not see that happening at all. So
at all.
Come on, Jesus.
You know,
come on, Jesus. Come on.
Hopefully,
we got enough angels up there that's really looking down here. So I don't know, y'all.
Maybe Liz Cheney and what's that man's name? The governor, the former governor, ran for president, Mitt Romney. They can caucus their people, rally their caucus. Yeah. Mitch McConnell is playing both sides right now, but he's scared that he's about to lose his money because you know that all that corporate money is going away from Republicans, so he's trying to keep that money. So he gonna.
Well, he done made plenty of money in the last 4 years. Him and his wife.
But yeah, he's trying to keep traditional Republicans in office, and if they don't have money, they ain't gonna be able to run.
Yeah. So I think this is a long road yet to come, and hopefully we'll be coming back and reporting great news, but we don't know. But I do want to ask y'all, let's transition real quick. I do want to ask you guys, since we're coming to the end of our show, and this is a new year, let's leave Trump. Let's leave him.
Oh, we need to shout out Amanda Gorman though. That poem was.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was crying.
Oh, yeah.
And I had never heard of her before.
Me either.
Then, but yes, now I'm following her and everything else, just like everybody else.
Me too.
Awesome.
Exactly.
But do you guys have any goals? I did not do a vision board this year or anything like that, but does anybody else have any goals that you're reaching for 2021?
Related to the inauguration?
No,
she said the new year. She transitioned.
Yeah, I just wanted to see. Well, I know. Look, we already see Jelani.
I want to travel
fresh on her Peloton and her stride for health and working out.
I'm going to try to close my rings every day for the rest of the year.
Oh, that's good.
Okay, we'll see.
I kind of given myself some goals. Like, okay, if you can do it for 3 months, you can do this. If you can do it for 6 months, you can do this. So I'm going to try and see at least how far I get. That's going to be a small goal. I have some goals in terms of money I want to save. Like, you know, I want to hit a certain savings goal. And then I really decided to buckle down and set a true sales goal for myself for real estate. So
you seem like you've been selling a bunch of houses. Every time I look at you at a closing.
I know. In these streets.
Pray for me, okay? Pray for me.
Like, get your money, girl. Get
Yeah.
your
Right.
bag.
Did y'all hear Harriet Tubman might be where the money resides?
I saw that $20 bill. Let's go.
Yeah,
Yes.
I did see that. Do you have any goals, Nikki?
It's just hard. What you say?
Peloton.
I said decorate your house.
Yeah, definitely. I want to decorate my house. It's just something I try to think in like long term and short term, but it's just like I'm just trying to make it day by day. In all honesty, I do want to get into therapy for real this time, and be more intentional about my dating life.
Good job.
And yeah, I don't, just my regular stuff, be better about money, be fiscally better about money and learn more about money because that's not a strong suit for me. But yeah, nothing major.
What about
Those
you?
all sound like major things.
Because I hit most of my stuff on my vision board.
Don't diminish, like Jelani, you said that too. Like this is a small goal, but don't diminish. Like all of the things that you guys are saying are huge, and you're both well on your way. So don't diminish like what.
And of course, travel.
Yes.
When the world opens back.
Wait,
I want to go to Bali. Bali. That's where I want to go.
That's on my list too, Nikki.
It's like number one on my list.
I've been planning the trip. I got the board set up and everything.
Oh, cool.
I did forget one thing. So I turned 40 this year.
Oh yeah.
Me too.
So I'm really
I did not get the 40th birthday that I planned.
Kamiko,
so
you had a
40 part 2. She said the sequel.
No, it's not. It might be over
she said the sequel. She said 40 Junior.
Like, so I'm trying.
I had plans for my 40th. I had.
I'm trying to think about what this is really
for me and my boo.
You gotta have to get everybody to quarantine and go somewhere, Jelani.
I'm trying to think of what this is gonna look like because I don't have a boo, so I don't have anybody to like stow away with or like take me away. The Lord could change that tomorrow, so let me not block my blessing. But I don't have that. So I'm trying to like plan and think about what I want for because I do want it to be special and I do want to do something. So that's on my list for this year, Marcia. Do you have to have a real 40th birthday?
When's your birthday again?
July 18th.
July.
Oh, that's what she's summer.
She a Cancer. I won't be celebrating my birthday this year either.
Do you have any
Because it's too early. COVID is rampant. March is just around the corner.
Do I have any goals? I would like to continue for myself and my family to remain COVID free is number one. I would like for all of us to get vaccinated. Number two, I want, like you said, I would really love to travel, and to stay sane throughout this. It's just, it's been, we're coming up on, a year of this, and we are very blessed, because a lot of people have not been like,
yes,
we haven't lost our jobs,
Amen.
It's just been, but that still doesn't diminish what we all collectively have gone through. So yeah, I do want to invest, get more serious about some investments.
Me too.
And get more aggressive with that.
I'm risk averse, so my investments
there's some stocks I have that have performed great, and I'm like, dang, I meant to go buy more shares.
Me too. I said I should have bought more shares, but I was like, I'm scared. So,
Marcia,
yeah,
that is hilarious. Well, Jamal,
what are your goals?
Jamal does all that, so I'm just praying that he.
That's the thing. Like Todd does it too, but I want to be more
in the know.
In that, I want that's. Yeah. I'm sorry, I missed one goal too. I have been in the throes of with my parents and my in-laws of planning Getting things situated. So many times people don't know where their stuff is. Like, they got 3 insurance policies and I don't know how to put my hands on one. So in addition to the investing and all those kinds of things, I have, and I know sometimes for women, when we are married, sometimes we will take the back seat to certain things, particularly finances and stuff. And I just want to always make sure that I know what's going on and being more aggressive and being more hands-on with all of those things, not just for me or Todd, but for our family as a whole. And teaching the girls. Get your money, boo. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Marcia?
Okay. Oh, so yeah, I'm feeling like you, Nikki. I feel like this year to me is still very unsure. One goal of mine is I definitely need to get this vaccine as soon as I possibly can. But the other thing is it going to work for me and my autoimmune deficiencies and everything? So that's what I want to see first. But I definitely want to travel. We have a huge trip planned. This is our 15-year anniversary. And so we really want to go somewhere.
Oh, a marriage.
Yes, of marriage. So
awesome.
We're supposed to be going to Fiji, and I don't know.
Are y'all planning it?
Yes.
Okay.
So
I'm just saying, you think they're gonna? Well, some places may or may not let you in. Hopefully by then it will be better, but I don't. Girl,
I don't know. We'll see. Some places are letting you in, some are not. But we going somewhere. I don't care if it's Mexico by then, because Mexico's still letting folks in. But I don't know. So we'll see. But just small goals, like you guys have said most of what I'm thinking too, as far as health. I know I need to be more intentional about my water intake and just being more active, and being in this house for the last year, because I literally have been in this house, it feels like, for the last year. It's kind of weighing on me. And I don't know, I'm feeling like Nikki, like I feel like I need to go and kind of maybe get more intentional about talking to somebody and finding a new therapist and things like that. So just kind of getting my mental stability back and right, and hopefully getting out of this house. So that's about it. But ladies.
Amen.
This has been good. I feel like we haven't talked in a very, very long time to our listeners. So we
talk every chat.
For listeners, we do apologize, but hey, it's COVID, so anything is possible, and we're here now.
Right.
So I think that's gonna do it for this episode of the Love Chat podcast. And I do
have a song.
Yes, we did. Fireworks. We sang "You're About to Lose Your Job,"
and I sung "Fireworks." But I did.
You did. I didn't hear it.
It's because everybody was talking at the same time. I was over here. Fireworks. When y'all replay it, you'll hear it.
Okay.
I want to remind all of our listeners to please follow us on all social media platforms at the Love Chat Podcast. Feel free to let us know what you think of this week's episode. And if it's something that you'd like for us to talk about or discuss, please send us a love letter at thelovechatpodcast@gmail.com. Don't forget to like, subscribe, rate, review. Check us out on YouTube. And we're going to toast it up, ladies. Everybody's got water except me.
Cheers.
I have an ice cube. It's water.